I know you want to stop. We've been doing a lot of these. It's just been dragging on us. We're busting our butts. We're grinding. But, honey, I just need you to carry on.
Dan Vasc Tuesday.
Yeah, and we're doing a
popular request.
Carry On cover.
Yeah.
Originally by
Angra.
But it's Dan Vasc.
Dan Vasc. So, no matter what he does, it's going to sound amazing.
Absolutely.
We know that.
It's a tribute to somebody named Andre Matos. So, but hey, before we get into that, welcome Savage Reaction Crew. I'm David.
I'm Angie.
I'm a little bit of everything.
I'm a whole lot of rock and roll.
And we just want to remind you real quick before we get into this to subscribe,
like,
share,
ring the little bell,
comment down below, and make sure that you carry on slamming that like button.
You're such a dork.
That like button, wherever that like button is. I think it's like right there.
Whatever. All
somewhere
right.
in
so
like button.
I'm not familiar with Angra. I believe, if I remember reading this correctly, they're Brazilian metal. Is that right? Let me see. I'm gonna look it up real quick. Oh no, I'm looking on my phone.
Hey, stop looking on the phone. We're doing a reaction video here.
Somebody gave me a problem about that. I'm like, I was looking up lyrics. They're like, the song was in English. I'm like, they were singing really fast, and I wanted to know what they were saying.
Stop looking up
creepers.
things.
My goodness gracious.
How dare you?
That person, whoever it was, has nothing better to do than complain. Angra is a Brazilian power metal band formed in '91. Because I'd looked this up the other day, and then I forgot, and then I remembered again.
Okay, well, I say.
Oh, this is interesting.
What?
They have released 10 regular studio albums, 5 EPs, and 3 live CD DVDs to date. Led by Raphael Bittencourt, the band has gained a degree of popularity in Japan and Europe. Interesting. So, all right. So we're not familiar with the song at all. We're not familiar with the band. So this is going to be completely fresh for us. So let's just go right into it.
I'm ready. Are you ready?
It's Dan Vasc. I'm so ready.
Are you ready?
Of course they're ready. Let's start
go.
it. Hit it.
3, 2, 1, action.
But why do you do that to yourself? We don't have a cameraman. You are the cameraman.
It's for them.
Oh, okay.
Maybe when we get a cameraman someday, then I'll tell him.
Oh,
Dan Vasc. Very serious.
His hair's down. Serious Vasc. Oh. I gotta say, with that guitar going, I'm surprised we don't see Victor. Usually Victor's playing guitar for him for that kind of stuff.
Maybe we will.
Oh, maybe we will. Maybe. I don't think we will. It would say it in the title. So, yeah, let's take it. If he were to, I know he plays in a couple of metal bands. If he were to lead sing in a metal band, this is what I would expect to hear. If they were like, oh, you're going to a Dan Vasc metal concert, this is what I would expect.
But can't you see
I like the lyrics of this song. Live. First, I have to apologize. If you see a couple of flies flying around, we've got some guinea pigs. So some have flown right in front of the camera, and I apologize for that. The hay that we brought in this last week has brought in some extra visitors. So apologize for that, you guys. Focus on Dan.
Very intense.
Follow your steps and you will find the underways that on your mind. Need nothing else than just your pride together. So carry on, there's a meaning to life. When someday we may find. Carry on, it's time to forget the remains from the past. So carry on, there's a meaning to life. When someday we may find. Carry on, it's time to forget the remains from the past. Carry on, it's time to forget the remains from the past. So carry on, remains of past. Carry on, remains of past.
Hi, Dan.
What's up, Dan?
Oh, it's gonna be a sad
Oh,
one.
So you probably already know this past weekend was a very sad one because our dear André Matos passed away very sudden, very soon. He was 47 years old. They
Wow.
say it was a heart attack, and like a few days ago he was doing his last show with Avantasia, running all around the stage with Tobias Sammet. And I'm very sad. I'm very
Aw.
devastated because he's a fundamental piece of the puzzle that forms me today,
Aw.
that forms Dan Vasc. I used to study his voice a lot when I was first starting to sing his falsetto. I mean, if you're a singer and you want to study falsetto, study André Matos. The guy was an authority on the subject. And he was a fundamental cog on the machine that brought heavy metal culture to Brazil. I mean, 99% of heavy metal singers in Brazil are bad imitations of André Matos. If you're Brazilian, don't tell me this isn't true. You know this is true. Like, that is the sort of influence the guy had. I had the honor of meeting him once. My band was actually the opening act for one of his solo shows. And he actually came by our dressing room and talked to us.
Wow.
He introduced himself. He asked about me, about my band. He demonstrated interest. He was very kind, even though he was very kind and sweet, even though I was nobody. I was nobody. So the world loses not only an extremely and exceptionally skillful musician, composer, singer, but also a very kind and gentle soul. I'll leave you with a few words from André. My deepest, deepest condolences to his family, to his bandmates, to his friends and fans.
Se eu tivesse que ir embora desse mundo em breve, iria feliz. E gostaria de agradecer mesmo a oportunidade que nós tivemos até hoje. Porque a gente pode dividir muita coisa com muita gente. E isso é arte de verdade. Isso acho que talvez seja uma das únicas coisas que valem a pena nessa vida.
Aw. That's sad. He was very young. And you want to go hug Dan Vasc. I would go hug him. That is unfortunate. I never heard the original version of that song, as we said. Like, we weren't familiar. We're not familiar with Angra. But, I mean, that song could be Dan's song. You know, it's just, he did a great job. So, very enjoyable. He did it, I mean, sad, but also the song itself was actually very enjoyable. I like the lyrics and everything.
Yeah,
and I
was a
think
great song.
I can't compare it to the original because I don't know the original, but I think he did a fantastic job singing it. So it made me want to go back and listen to the original just to see what it's about. So,
Yep.
What is your other dog into?
I don't know.
My goodness, she's crazy tonight. So, anyways,
What'd you think, Pug? What'd you think? Tell all the fans.
oh, Pete has no words now. So,
Said a lot
all right,
of words.
there's a couple of people that have not our regular subscribers, but a couple people be like, oh, you have dogs. Stop having dogs. Like, you know what? We're gonna
dare
continue
you
having our
bring your-
dogs.
How dare you bring your pets?
We hit over 2,000 subscribers recently, and apparently those 2,000 people don't find our dogs being in videos here and there. So, and thanks for those of you on the live stream. Thanks for you guys, the Vasc Nation, because you guys have always been kind.
Absolutely.
So I that's the reason that, you know, we went ahead and dedicated a day to Dan Vasc. We enjoy his music and everything, but also everybody's so kind on the Vasc Nation. So, and it's always fun to see you guys too on our live streams too.
You guys make this fun.
Yes, for sure. So until next time,
Till next time, peace.
rock on.